Greetings from the Greenwich Village Bureau, friends and books. I think it's hilarious that you think Stephanie ever listens to you. That's great.
She was yesterday, though.
Yeah, she called in.
Really?
Yeah,
she did.
To let us know that she appreciates everybody's good wishes and that her mom is doing somewhat better, and she's was eating and refusing her medication. So,
oh wow, that's such a good sign. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
But it is such a fine line between like caring and codependent, gripping the wheel too tight, control freak. So
Right.
I'm sure she'll find that line at some point.
she will. She's known for that. She's definitely known.
I
for
remember
that.
the last time I tried filling in for Stephanie Jody from that house, and it was awkward because I had to find out on the. I asked on the air if anybody knew how to fix Crystal, and Stephanie was listening, so it didn't work out well.
Well, Senator Durbin was talking about the Supreme Court pick that Biden is proposing, and how, out of 115 justices so far, 108 have been white, and how dare they, how dare the GOP is like, how dare poor white men not be even thought of to get put on the bench now. I mean, this is insanity.
I think you're being sarcastic.
A little.
Let's look at this, Hank. Let's break these numbers down. 115, eh?
Uh-huh.
I only went to public school, but let me break that down. That means that 108 of them were white men.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them were African American.
Yes.
108 white men, and then you had 2 of them were African American men, and then 5 were women, which means 94% of all the Supreme Court justices we have been white men, which I don't see a problem with because 94% of the American population are white men. So what's the problem? I mean,
I think your math is wrong. I think your math is wrong.
I'm not so sure about that.
Are you sure? You're going to mansplain it for me?
Listen, I explained mansplaining to you that one time.
That
I
is
don't think
true.
You really got the concept. It's okay, Jody. You're good at other things.
Thank you, John. I appreciate that. I really do.
But like we hear Ronald Reagan promising to put a woman on the Supreme Court.
Exactly.
And Donald Trump in September of 20 promising to put a woman on the Supreme Court. And then there's Joe Biden promising to put an African-American woman on the Supreme Court, and that will not stand. I haven't been able to figure out what's the difference yet. I'm not really sure what they're upset about, but I don't understand the strategy here. We know there'll be enough Republicans who care about their place in the history book that they will cross over and vote for this very qualified nominee. But the other ones who are going to protest, are they somehow afraid of not getting the racist vote this November? Are they somehow afraid that the racists are going to go for their local Green Party chapter? I mean, you've got the racist vote sewn up, Republicans. Why this theater? It's just playing the greatest hits. It always pleases the fans.
Yeah, I mean, even Mitch McConnell's like, come on, guys, calm the F down.
Calm the F down.
It's because it's not going to change the balance of the court by any stretch of the imagination. So let's just be nice. Interview the lovely lady, whoever she is, the very smart, lovely lady. And Lindsey Graham, I think, is going to support anybody at this point, which I like. One of the few things. Well, he actually likes Judge Childs. He knows her.
Yeah, I know. That's Jim Clyburn's pick, right?
Yeah, that's his pick.
She'd be amazing, because imagine having a non-Ivy League
justice
on the Supreme Court. But I mean, just imagine, to me, as historically significant, as morally significant as a black woman would be on the Supreme Court, having a former public defender on the Supreme Court would be just as morally significant for me.
I'm all for putting more public defenders or any defense attorneys up to a judge position because they understand the flip side to prosecution and they get that. And I think that's important for a jurist to not just always be a prosecutor.
And in fairness to Lindsey Graham, he's still looking for a new alpha guy in prison that he can punk for. So let's not forget that. Because Lindsey Graham is the perpetual prison punk. He has never wavered. He has never, ever wavered in his commitments. Whatever someone else is doing, whatever will help Lindsey is what Lindsey believes in. When it comes to being spineless, he stands tall.
Yes, he does. You are correct. So we were talking beforehand about your friend, Adam Carolla. Who chaps my hide. I'm not a fan. He was on Hannity the other night, and he said that people wouldn't care what, quote, beautiful AOC thinks if she was fat and old. Yeah, no. If she were an idiot, it wouldn't matter if she were beautiful. She happens to be very, very smart, and I think that's what bothers him and others about her. It's a combo plate of being very pretty and incredibly intelligent. And what he said was just ridiculous. He said, obviously it's hypocritical with AOC because she didn't care about Roseanne getting canceled or Sharon Osbourne or Chris Harrison. It's just when somebody from her side of the aisle gets slapped on the hand, then she wants to show some grace. He's talking about Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh.
Okay. And because she's been suspended. And we were talking about her yesterday regarding her apology on The View with somebody from the Anti-Defamation League. I think her apology is much more sincere than others in her position have been in the past. And so I think her suspension, I'm not surprised about it. And I know people are upset that she was. I like that people were upset that that ABC didn't fire Sharon Osbourne because she wasn't even working for ABC at the time. But they were very upset about that. So he's upset apparently that Whoopi Goldberg isn't getting fired?
No, I think he's just looking for a liberal to beat up on, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think he's just trying to say, hey, hypocrisy over there, while ignoring the mountains of hypocrisy on the right-wing side. I've known Adam for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Adam has always been very good to me.
Nice.
And he's
good
always
to know.
been very kind to me. Mm-hmm. And I've been on his shows. He's been on my shows. But, this whole thing of... it's always sad when you see a classic rocker who can't sell albums and they start chasing the country music audience.
Yeah.
Right.
It's always sad to see comedians chasing the Fox News audience. I know it's easy pickings, fellas, but first off, Adam's allowed to say all these things because he is the best looking guy in the world. And so I hold my manhood in check. So I will defer to Adam because he is the best looking guy in the world.
True.
But it doesn't change the fact that AOC is right.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't change the fact that it's not censorship.
Right.
Joe Rogan wasn't censored. Neil Young wasn't trying to censor Joe Rogan.
Nope.
Joni Mitchell wasn't trying to. Artists don't have the power to censor anybody.
Right.
Exactly.
If Joe Rogan got kicked off of Spotify, he would still be allowed to push whatever lies his guests want to push.
Mm-hmm.
And there've been a lot, and Joe's always been nice too. But I mean, if I have my art in an art gallery and they have, let's just say, I don't know, a Nazi painter. I heard that some Nazis have been into that field of art.
A couple were, yes.
Yeah.
A couple were.
Prominent.
And by the way, if Hitler's paintings had sold better, God knows how different the world would be.
Thank you.
But if I pull my art out of the gallery because I don't want it there with a Nazi, I'm not censoring. And if the gallery decides to not carry the Nazi art in their private space, they are not censoring.
Right.
Nazi artists can go anywhere they want to hang their work. It's amazing. I know that the right wing only has white grievance and victimhood because they have nothing to offer non-millionaires. But man, it's just incredible that there's no censorship going on.
I know.
But right-wing people don't know what words mean, whether it's constitutional or fascist or socialist, and now censorship. And it's almost as if they take advantage of the ignorance of lots of other white people, isn't it?
It is. And somebody pointed out, I forget, and I apologize to the person, that Joe Rogan is paid by Spotify. And if your music is up there like Neil Young's or Joni Mitchell's or whomever, and they're making money off of Neil Young's music, part of that money is going to Joe Rogan. So Neil Young doesn't want to pay Joe Rogan's salary.
Exactly. Look, I mean, this is what I say to all these people. I've been doing it all week on my show on SiriusXM every night when they call up angry about the censorship of Joe Rogan. And I'm just like, why do you guys hate capitalism? What is your problem with the free market?
Exactly.
This is how the free market works. If you want to know what censorship is, that's what Donald Trump's White House did to the National Park Service.
Exactly.
When they cut off their social media and wouldn't let them tweet facts about science. That's government censorship. This other stuff is the free market working itself out. And look, God bless Whoopi. Let's be honest. Every couple of years, Whoopi says something god awful.
And it was awful, yeah.
Through, and she always apologizes. She always feels bad. And I know she'll learn from this, but I mean, come on.
I agree.
It's like we have to learn to appreciate the Holocaust and not just use it as a political talking point.
I agree.
And by the way, people who exploit the Holocaust for political talking points are worse than Nazis.
Absolutely.